All right, and for the last segment of the week, let's get into the dumbest idea, and for different reasons than we're about to hear. The new trend of quiet quitting. Yeah, quiet quitting. What is quiet quitting? Do you guys know? Let's look it up. Quiet quitting. Let's go definition. How about that? I have a journalism degree and spelled it like that. Let's just go. People also ask what is quiet quitting meaning. To be clear, there's no single definition of the term quiet quitting. For some, it means setting boundaries and not taking on additional work because you're paid a certain amount to do a certain amount of work. And anytime you do more work than you are supposed to do, you are taking cash out of your pocket. You're working for free, doing extra work for a person who's going to profit off your work, and they didn't have to do that work. That's what quiet quitting is. It's setting boundaries. It's saying, I'm not going to answer my email. I'm going to, as a teacher, be like, I'm going to answer my emails at 2 p.m. when school's done, or 2:30, whatever, and 7 o'clock at night. And otherwise, you're going to have to wait till the next day. Or during, if I somehow am lucky enough to have a free period, I'll add that time on. But no, it's like when you go to a college. My professor Brown, he goes, I have this 1-2 hour block that I do office hours. If you cannot make it, that is shit on you. I got off work early once because I had to go see him about a project. He didn't answer phone calls. He had a voicemail machine that picked up. And when you asked him why, he goes, because I have a life outside of my job. Most of us do, but capitalists don't understand that. They don't understand it whatsoever. They think your job is to make them as much money as possible and not be reimbursed for it. That's capital. Welcome to Capitalism 101, guys. Anyway, we have the next thing. Just fucking, I can't believe what is going on in this country. The amount they have to fucking do to backpedal, to go, this is actually wrong. This is a bad thing. Watch Kevin O'Leary, that dipshit from Shark Tank, who's been involved in many a scam, although he does run some legitimate businesses. But listen to what this dipshit has to say about quiet quitting.
They call it quiet quitting. We've reported on the suddenly popular work trend. Doesn't actually involve quitting at all, just doing a lot less. Like working
Shepard,
overtime? No thanks. You. Late night emails? Ignore those. Pick up an extra project to get ahead? Hard pass.
Yeah. You shouldn't have to do all that. Do you have to do that, Shepard? Do you have to do extra stories outside of your hour or two of work? I mean, you might do it, I guess, if you want to. Where are you going to go with this? You're going to be the ABC News anchor? Is that what you're trying to do? I don't know. I don't understand everything he just said sounds completely reasonable. Sorry, I don't want to work overtime. I used to have to be a lifeguard manager, and they're making like $9 an hour. Totally understood when people didn't want overtime. I want to go play with my friends. I got a thing with my sister. I already planned my life. This idea that your entire 24-hour days is supposed to be only your employer is fucking insane. Fucking insane. This is the dumbest thing, and Kevin O'Leary is going to say it, but for the different reason. Listen to how a capitalist talks about quiet quitting, trying to make you feel bad.
Some workers argue it's about finding a work-life balance.
Yeah.
Others don't see it that way.
The bosses who don't want to do extra work, who want you to do the work instead, those lazy fucks, yeah, I get it. I get why they're on that side. They would have to do extra work instead of relying on you to work for free. For free, mind you. Especially for salary. Salary is one of the biggest fucking scams of all time. Because with the salary, they can get more work out of you for more hours and not have to pay you the hourly rate that's fair for the work you do. I know people who work 12-hour days, 6 days a week for $70,000 salary. 60 hours a week is a job and a half. So how much are you really making? If you're working 1.5 jobs. Oh, actually, 6 days a week would be 6 times 12. Let's see, 72 hours. That's almost 2 40-hour weeks. That's almost 2 jobs. That's almost 2 full-time jobs. For 60 grand, that's 30. You're just making 30 grand a year, basically, times 2. And this is considered the reasonable way to live in America.
Huffington wrote, quiet quitting isn't just
a billionaire. Arianna Huffington is a billionaire. A billionaire. Listen. A billionaire. Dumb
about
fuck.
quitting on a job. It's a step toward quitting on life.
Of course it is. I mean, she gets to go to the Hamptons. She gets to go to fucking probably Martha's Vineyard. She gets to go to the Met Gala. She gets to do all this fun shit. She doesn't really work probably 40 hours a week. Most billionaires don't. They pretend to because they have to make a decision. They go to a couple board meetings. Jeff Bezos famously didn't go to work until 10, 11 a.m., even though his employees had no say over their schedule, especially the warehouse employees, because he wanted to spend time with his kids. Because it matters that he gets to spend time with his kids and you make him more money and fuck your schedule. Fuck your kid's soccer game. Fuck your kid's piano recital. Fuck the trivia night you like to go to. Fuck you. Make me more money. Fuck you, Arianna Huffington, you goddamn cunt.
Our next guest agrees. Mr. Wonderful's here, Kevin O'Leary, co-star
Mr. Piece of Shit.
on Shark Tank and chairman of O'Leary Ventures. Kevin, you're the best, so quiet quitting.
Not the best. Mark Cuban is the best out of everyone on Shark Tank because Mark Cuban paid his stadium employees months of employment when they didn't know what was happening in the NBA because he thought it was unfair that they had no recourse. That's a guy who uses his billions toward the right thing at least some of the time, right?
A temporary pandemic hangover, byproduct of low unemployment, or a long-term thing?
You know, Shep, the economy's changing. Obviously, we're going into a whole new metric where some people work at home, some people work at distance, some people go back to the office.
That's true.
We don't know how it's going to shape out in the long run. It's more project-based. In other words, you're hired and you're trusted to finish things off. Now, some ideas are bad ideas, and some ideas are stupid ideas, but very rarely can you combine both. And that's what we have.
Yeah, making people work more for less for no extra money while you profit is a bad and stupid idea. That's completely true. Completely true, Kevin. Is that what you're going to say?
Have here. This is the dumbest idea I've ever
See?
heard.
Okay, you agree with me.
Career.
Yep.
And what I'm hoping I can do, and
okay.
I told the recruiters, because I've got about 10,000 people.
Ooh, you got 10,000 employees.
The companies
Okay.
that we're investors in, plus the supply chains. I've asked them, can we identify these people early and help them get jobs with our competitors?
Yeah.
This is the most competitive weapon I've ever seen.
Yeah, good luck with that, asshole. He's a fucking piece of shit. Mr. Piece of Shit. That's what you are, Kevin. Because fuck your employees in their personal lives. They need to make you more profit. Or else, why would you do any of this? I don't know, maybe the billions you make? Fucking asshole.
If you're a quiet quitter, you're a loser.
You're a loser for setting boundaries and wanting to go to your kids' shit and hang out with your wife and your friends and your dog and everyone else around you. You are not making me money. Why are you any use to me if you're not making me money? Me. Oh, I want more money. You're a loser. I won't work harder. I'm not going to work hard. You need to work hard. You're a loser. I got the billions of dollars. What a piece of fucking shit.
That's what I think.
I think you're an asshole.
You know, workers are so in demand. We started.
Yeah, they are in demand. So good luck with the recruitment.
Power to the workers. Power to the workers. This is part of that, right?
It could be, but really your job is to find something you're passionate about and find a way to work with your team.
That's the dumbest shit anyone says here in America. Because most people don't do jobs because they're passionate about. We would have a world filled of fucking ballerinas, musicians, comedians, actors who do nothing else if what you were passionate about was the only thing to attain what you want to do. I'm a comedian. I'm broke. I do DoorDash. soon to be a teacher, and I'll finally have the time at night with my job, which I'm doing because of money. I like educating. I was a swim instructor for years. I love education. I've seen my mom do it for years. I helped her in a classroom. I'm excited for my job, but the job allows me to follow the things I love to do. Because the only thing you give a fuck about, Kevin O'Leary, is money. That's the only fucking thing you care about. You rich, selfish asshole.
Really, it's about culture. You know,
it's not about culture.
In small business in America, 50 to 500 million.
You have not made 50 to 500 million in small businesses, you fucking liar on top of it.
That is 65% of our economy. These are family
businesses.
You're
just, okay. I take that back. He's talking about the backbone, 500 to 500 billion is that. But what about like $1 trillion Apple or fucking, I don't even know how much Amazon's worth. You're talking about 500 million. Wait, that's 65%. No, there's 65% of the businesses. This is where they lie to you all the time. You don't even realize it. 65% of the businesses make a total of 500 million. The other 35% make trillions of dollars. So this is a way to try and sneak in, like, small business is a straw man. I believe it's a straw man, if I'm correct. As in, what about small businesses? What are they going to do? Actually, small businesses are better than big corporations that he runs at making sure, because the only way they get people is by making sure that people can live their lives, that they get good benefits, that they get, I'm not talking about franchises and shit. That's McDonald's, even though it's owned by a small business owner. It's the biggest crock of shit ever.
Build a culture. When you bring somebody in that slams shut their laptop at 5 o'clock, you're introducing a cancer.
You're introducing a cancer. You're introducing the equivalent to cancer because someone at 5 o'clock, when they stop getting paid, by the way, they stop at 5 p.m. That's what he's insinuating, at least. I mean, if they're off at 6 p.m., okay, he's got a point. But that's not what he's talking about. He's talking about, wait, you're off at 5 and you actually want to leave at 5? You lazy sack of shit. That's what Kevin O'Leary thinks about people.
Your culture. Eventually, you're going to have to do surgery and cut it out. The whole idea would be avoid these people. I don't know where this started. It's the worst idea I've ever heard because it's against what we do in business.
This might be the greatest comedy bit of all time. I'm not going to lie. This might be just the greatest comedy. Oh, my God. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. That is just... Oh, my God. This is comedy gold, Kevin. Dude, you're in the wrong business. If you're passionate about comedy, just do comedy, man. Who cares about the money? Oh, you do. That's right.
Try and build teams that work together to achieve something. Set objectives and work together.
So why does that have to be after 5 p.m.? Why can't you just Quiet quitting isn't about, like, you're not going to do your job. That's the crazy thing about it. It's not about, I don't want to do my job. It's, I'm doing my job. Hey, can you do this extra project for no extra money? No, I can't. You need to make, hey, how about this? Offer people money to stay longer, and maybe they will. Maybe they're saving for a vacation, and they'll be like, oh, okay, yeah. I remember getting, okay, here's a story from me that, I can't stand that guy. Here's a story from me applying to Jack in the Box when I already had 4 part-time jobs, and I'm looking for another one to try and save some money. So I don't have to, but it didn't work. Because the problem with most of these part-time jobs is not only are they paying you part-time, they want full control of your schedule. Full control. It's not about... So, like, if you have another part-time job... So this is what happened. I called Jack in the Box, or I turned in an application to Jack in the Box. I'm already working these other jobs. And I'm like, well, maybe if I do some graveyard shifts, even though I'm already doing 40 to 50 fucking hours a week. I'm like, okay... Guess I'll get another one. Maybe if I work harder. I'm the horse in goddamn Animal Farm, okay? The only person I knew that works harder than me is probably my brother and my dad. My brother was in the Army. Now he has a new job. He's out of the Army. And, he'd leave at 5 goddamn 30 in the morning, and he wouldn't return sometimes till 6, 7 at night. Then they ship you to another country for months on end, where his wife is at home working a job and taking care of the kids, and then he comes back, and he has to still work those long-ass hours and those long-ass weeks, because that's what we've said. We've made a joke of meritocracy. But the point is, you can't work your way out. So I called Jack in the Box. Okay, I'll get back to the story. They call me. They call me for an interview, and I'm like, okay. And I'm like, I have all this time Saturday through the night. I'm basically giving up comedy at that point because I have to pay my bills. And Sunday, and I'm like, the only thing is I have a job that pays me $15 an hour to manage a pool from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. I get out at 2 p.m., so 2:30 or 3 p.m. on till the next morning. I'm giving up, already working 3 a.m. till like 7, 8 a.m. 3 p.m., that's over, 16 hours? 17 hours? 15, 16, 17 hours, right? Anytime in there at your 24-hour Jack in the Box, you can pay me minimum wage to sit over a hot fucking grill. It sucks. I've worked McDonald's. That job sucks, and they should all be paid more. I don't give a fuck what you think. Oh, dinner would raise price. Then the right prices should be raised. Because the franchisee's just eating the fucking money off their employees. But anyway, and the manager goes, "Oh, I was actually wondering if you could give that up for the possibility that you might have to, that you can work here so we have more free time." And I didn't look them because I was on the phone. And I was like, "Are you asking me to give up $15 an hour? Guaranteed every weekend." Every weekend I got to work that job. That actually sustained me quite a bit during college. Are you asking me to give up a $15 an hour guaranteed job for 8 hours a week for the possibility, and not even guarantee that you're giving me hours, to work Saturday, Sunday for minimum wage at Jack in the Box? He immediately realized he fucked up, and I said, "Sorry, sir, I gotta go." And I just bit the bullet. That's what capitalists want. They want to own everything about you. Let's finish this clip, huh? You guys want to finish the clip? Enough of my Marxist ranting for today about capitalism, because capitalism is bullshit.
It doesn't matter whether you're working anymore at 6 a.m. or 2 in the morning. You're just getting your job done. That's the freedom.
Doesn't matter if you're up till 6 a.m. or 2 in the morning. So you go in at 9 a.m. and you get off at 6, or you go in at 6 a.m., you get off at 2 a.m., so you get 4 hours. And then you got to commute home. Sleep, hopefully, 2-3 hours, and then you're back at work. Are you out of your there's no goddamn way you do this. No fucking way on earth you do this. No fucking way.
The economy's giving you now on a distant space.
Greatest comedy I've ever heard in my life.
9 to 5. They're asking you to get your job done. If you walk in your interview and say, "I only work from 9 to 5 and then I stop working," I can't wait to get you into my competitor. Help me find these people.
And that's why you're going to fail, Kevin, because people are going to go, "I'm going to go better where I can have a life outside of my fucking job." How miserable. How the fuck is his name Mr. Wonderful? Mr. Douchebag.
This is like a virus. This is worse than COVID.
Worse than COVID. Million people dead. People choosing to spend time with their families, their loved ones, their friends, their hobbies, the things that make life worth living, and not work for free for a capitalist piece of shit like Mr. Douchebag, is worse than COVID. Welcome to the Bill Maher Club, man. All right, guys. Thank you very much for listening. I have no other words. I think that's a perfect place to end because it doesn't get more redeeming than that. Thank you so much for listening. You can. I'm going to try and put them up every week, or at least pretty often. I now have all this down. I think I'm probably going to fuck this up not too long from now. This is all going to be haywire. I already found out my board's all fucked. So anyway, you can follow me on social media. I'm at Mihkel Teemant, MIHKELTEEMANT. You can look me up on Facebook, Twitter at Mihkel Teemant, as spelled MIHKELTEEMANT, and finally on Instagram at Mihkel J. Teemant. Thank you so much. I love you. Goodbye. Thank you for watching or listening to Empty Thoughts with Mihkel Teemant. If you could do me a favor, like, subscribe, comment below. And if you like it, share it. Or you can catch me on all these other, things. I don't do TikTok. Sorry. Don't do TikTok. But any of these, you can find me at. So thank you so much. I'll see you next time.